Many thanks for joining us on the newsroom this afternoon. I am Abisola Adebayo. Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Femi Falana, has asked the federal government to stop provoking members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, in a dispute over wages. Falana, who spoke in a television interview, said the lecturers should be paid their full salaries for months they were on strike action. In early November, the federal government paid half salaries for the month of October, angering the academics. Reacting to the situation, Falana says the doctrine of no work, no pay is totally inapplicable to ASU members, as the lecturers still have to cover the work missed between February and October. Meanwhile, some of the governors in Nyesom Wike's camp who support the People's Democratic Party's presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar. This is according to the spokesperson of the Atiku PDP Presidential Campaign Council, Dino Melaye. The main opposition party has been in crisis following Atiku's victory at the presidential primary, where it defeated Governor Wike of Rivers State. The governor and his allies have since demanded the resignation of the PDP National Chairman Iyorchia Ayu, maintaining that he is from the same region as the party's flag bearer. Efforts to reconcile them have thus far failed, with Wike and his allies pulling out of the party's presidential campaign. Meanwhile, Melaye, who is the former senator representing Kogi West, says he believes some of the governors in Wike's camp will work for the party in next year's general election. The Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, has written to the Nigerian Governors Forum to request a meeting in order to decongest jails across the country. This was made known to newsmen by the Minister's media advisor, Shola Fasure, on Tuesday. In exactly 1 month, Aregbesola said he would meet with state governors to agree on the mass release of at least 30% of convicts from correctional facilities across the country. The minister said that the interface was necessary as more than 90% of the inmates were being held for contravening various state laws, adding that over 70% of the 75,635 inmates in the country are awaiting trial. A drug developed by the Defense Research and Development Organization may reverse the heart damage caused by a protein in the SARS-CoV-2 virus. A study conducted in fruit flies and mice has found. Researchers from the University of Maryland identified how a specific protein in SARS-CoV-2, the virus responsible for COVID-19, damages heart tissue. They then used the drug called 2DG to reverse the toxic effects of that protein on the heart. Developed by Dr. Reddy's Laboratories in collaboration with DRDO, 2DG is an oral drug which is used to reverse the toxic effects of the SARS-CoV-2 virus protein on the heart of an infected person. Kenya Airways pilots returned to work on Wednesday after a court ordered them to end their days-long strike, which had led to hundreds of flights cancellation and stranded thousands of passengers. The strike, which began on Saturday, exacerbated the troubled national carriers' woes, which has vowed to do everything possible to return to normalcy in the shortest time. Hours after a Nairobi court ordered the pilots to return to work, the Kenya Airline Pilots Association said its members would resume duty by 6 a.m. on Wednesday, which is the deadline stipulated by the judge. North Korea fired at least one ballistic missile on Wednesday in the latest launch from Pyongyang following a record-breaking testing blitz earlier this year. The launch comes as the United States counted votes in the midterm election for the House and Senate, which Seoul's spy agency had previously warned would be a possible moment for Kim Jong-un to conduct a long-expected nuclear test. According to Seoul's military, North Korea fires an unspecified ballistic missile towards East Sea, also known as the Sea of Japan. The military, however, did not give any further details. Former FIFA President Sepp Blatter has said the decision to award the 2022 World Cup finals to Qatar was a mistake. Blatter will blame the then UEFA President Michel Platini for swinging the vote in Qatar's favor at the behest of then French President Nicolas Sarkozy, said he voted for the United States to host the 2022 tournament. In 2010, FIFA's executive committee voted 14-8 for Qatar to host the tournament ahead of the United States, a vote that was surrounded by accusations of corruption. Well, that's all on the newsroom at this time. Many thanks for watching.